Greetings, your Asian Ken here with you once again for another Marvel Collector Corps unboxing. And this time, well, it had to happen sooner or later. This time, it's all about the most, well, arguably the most iconic, I would say the most recognizable of the Marvel superheroes. I am, of course, referring to the amazing, the spectacular, the sensational Spider-Man. Now, Spider-Man, he has the distinction of having had the longest comic book run in the Marvel Universe. He is clocked in at well over 700 issues, and hey, that is pretty damn impressive, considering that when he was first conceived by Stan Lee, Stan's editor at the time was not sold on the idea of Spider-Man at all. So what happened? Well, at that time, Stan was also writing a anthology series called Amazing Fantasy, which didn't have a recurring character at all, and it was about to be cancelled. So Stan decided, what did he have to lose? So he introduced the character of Spider-Man in number 15, the last issue of the Amazing Fantasy series, and well, the readers, they absolutely loved it. And of course, as I said, he's clocked in at over 700 issues, well over 700 issues by now. And well, even back in the 90s, he actually had 4 different titles going. He had the Amazing Spider-Man, the flagship title, Sensational Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man, as well as Peter Parker Spider-Man. And of course, in this, well, throughout his entire run, you can expect that there will be several spin-offs of the character. There was been the Ultimate Spider-Man, which was essentially the flagship title of the Ultimate Universe, which was in the early 2000s, which was effectively a reboot of the entire Marvel Universe, and of course Ultimate Spider-Man was that core title of that series. There's also been Spider-Man 2099, there has been Steel Spider, the Spider-Ham, and there's also of course been a number of female versions, not necessarily of Spider-Man, but in terms of inspired by spiders. Of course, the first and second Spider-Woman, they actually had nothing to do with the Peter Parker Spider-Man. They were all completely had their own backstories and their own relationships going on there. The first Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, still actually enjoyed a resurgence not too long ago during the Brian Michael Bendis New Avengers series, and she's still going strong stuff. And of course, there are actually plenty of Spider characters that are still getting around today, and many of them actually have their own titles. Of course, we have the original Amazing Spider-Man. There's also the latest Ultimate Spider-Man. What actually happened in the Ultimate Universe was, well, not to spoil anything, something happened which caused Peter Parker to no longer be able to be the Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe, and that role was taken over by Miles Morales. And actually now, in the current Marvel Universe, there are the Peter Parker Spider-Man and also the Miles Morales Spider-Man running around and sharing the same universe. And then there's also a Carnage ongoing series. There's also the Spider-Gwen series. As I mentioned before, the Spider-Woman, Jessica Drew, has her own series going on at the moment, as well as Silk, who was also, along with Spider-Gwen, was a recent creation of the Marvel Universe, a little bit older than Spider-Gwen. Spider-Gwen, of course, being introduced in the Spider-Verse event, while Silk was introduced as a tie-in to the Original Sins event. Again, not too long a gap in terms of both these characters being introduced. So it will be interesting to see what Spider characters we actually have, whether it's just going to be or Peter Parker, or whether, of course, some of these other Spider characters will also be introduced. So let's see what we have here. Let me open up, and of course there should always be one pin and one patch. Some look at the artwork inside of the box, and we'll just okay. Let's quick look at the contents. We have Amazing Spider-Man with, of course, the Marvel Collector Corps cover. We have Pop Ace Amazing Spider-Man cap there. And it looks like Spider-Man fabrication. There you go. Of course, there's like a little bit more look. Some of the artwork inside this box here. So now we have it for the Spider-Man. So recap. We have the pop. There. Spider-Man cap. Well, as the fabrication. And of course, the comic. Yeah. And of course, always the pin and the patch. Well, that is it for this Marvel Collectibles unboxing. As always, if you want to get your hands on your own box, or if you wish to subscribe, then you best get to www.collectorcorps.com, or you can just go to the Marvel Collector Corps Facebook page and follow the links there. And next box it will be, well, it shouldn't come as any surprise, with the movie Doctor Strange appearing in cinemas. As always, like I said, www.collectorcorps.com. And that is it for this video, and I hope you have a harmonious day.